Good afternoon to our listeners. This is Joshua Kuyangana, the ICK news reporter, and today we have a special guest. Our guest is one of a student from Europe who's been doing his academic internship here in Rwanda. And without taking much of your time, I would like to welcome you to this interview.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Thank you.
You may start by introducing yourself.
Good afternoon again. My name is Yann Scordia. I'm completing my internship in Master's degree of Translation and Technical Writing and Audiovisual in the University of Brest in France. So this is my 5th year at the university. I'm completing and I wanted to come to Rwanda. I chose Rwanda for 2 reasons. The first reason is my mother is Rwandan and I've never been to Rwanda for a long time like this. So it was my first time for more than 2 weeks, not only for holidays but for professional purpose. And the second reason is that I want to discover the culture in the world, and it's about also my character of traveling everywhere and talking with population. Yeah.
So you just jump on the question, and I would like to ask you officially how the idea of coming to Rwanda came to be.
It's a good question. It came to me very easily, in fact, because I had, as a 5th year student, I had to do an internship for at least 4 months, between 4 and 6 months. And in February or March, I decided to look for a university or a translation agency where I could do my internship. And I immediately thought about going in a foreign country. It was a good moment. And we know someone in ICK who works at ICK, and it was normal for us. It was normal for my family and for me to decide to come to Rwanda, because obviously I was not I was not deciding myself to go at 6,000 kilometers to do a 8-hour flight. And it was logical for me to come back to my roots. As I said, my mother is Rwandan. It was normal. Yeah.
So, did you had the other alternatives for like going to the other countries, and you choose Rwanda? Why?
Yeah, some universities and agencies from Brazil, from Argentina, Mexico, and from Thailand invited me to come, but I was not sure about first the job that they were offering me, and also I really wanted to use these 4 or 5 months to do something that I would remember, and that is in accordance with what I wanted to give. And Thailand, I already went to Thailand, so for me there was no point to go there again. For Brazil and Argentina and Mexico, it was about a Spanish purpose, to become a Spanish teacher. Even if I speak Spanish, I didn't want to do this internship in Mexico and in America in general. So, as I said, it was logical, it was normal to come to Rwanda for English purposes, teaching and animation, and also translation.
Okay, so you just mentioned that you were doing your master's in languages, especially French.
Yeah.
Right?
The master's is in French and English.
Okay.
Yeah.
Master's in French and English. And how many languages do you speak now?
I speak 3 languages, but I can write more.
Mm-hmm.
So this is different. I have a parallel activity. It's called travel agent, and I negotiate with airlines also. So when I write an email with them, I can negotiate with them in French, English, Spanish, Portuguese, Italian, Romanian, Norse, and Danish.
Okay. Rwanda is the big country. It's the country of 1,000 hills. And you just found yourself in ICK.
Yeah.
How?
I could have stayed in Kigali because my family knows a lot of people in Kigali and also in Musanze.
Okay.
But I decided to go to Muhanga because we know, as I say, we know someone at ICK who was able to facilitate my entry here, and we also know people in Muhanga who can host me. So it was natural to go in a place, in a university where we know someone, and yeah, this is the, I would say this is the reason why I've chosen ICK. But if I didn't know this person, maybe I would have chosen another university in Rwanda. But for sure, I would have stayed in Rwanda, not going in, as I say, Mexico,
other
Argentina.
countries.
Yeah,
How ICK welcomed you?
very good, very good. Of course, this is something general. This applies to the whole population for me. When I came to Rwanda not for the first time, because it's not the first time, but in April, at the end of April, it was wonderful. I felt something that I've never felt in France. It's the kindness of the people. When you come, of course, people stare at you. That's normal. But when you start discussing with them, they are very happy. They are kind. They ask you a lot of questions, but it is only in a positive way, in a kind way. And how they welcomed me in ICK, it was the same. So when I came, I went immediately to the office of the vice chancellor, who welcomed me, and then he made me discover the university where I would do the work, the internship.
Yes.
And I visited the first building, these buildings, of course the gardens, and he made me enter in some classes to see how it works. Very different from France also. So I've been welcomed very warmly, and I thank you really all for that, the administration, secretary, the staff, and also the teachers, the students, and of course we can't forget them, but the cleaners also.
Yes. So related to your internship, how does your role you've been doing here, the role you've been doing here, related to your internship?
I started doing translation for ICK News, so translation of the articles, and after the writing. So the first weeks I was directly choosing the articles that could be published. I wanted to talk about the world in general, not only the big countries, but also the little ones. So this was my first task. Then Mr. Constant from the Language Resource Center asked me if I could be a host in the English club, and I started I think it was in the 2nd of May. I started the English club. I didn't really know what I was supposed to do, so I started with a listening test, very formal listening test. It was not really good for the students because it was a bit advanced for the level, and me also, I didn't like this formal way, so I just did for 1 week. And after I asked Mr. Constant if I could change the program, and I asked also the committee, what could we do? Maybe some games.
Okay.
And we did some games. We did a spin and answer, means we spin a bottle, and when the bottle is in front of someone, we all have to ask him a question, and that trains the spontaneity and also the way of speaking without really thinking before, because it was not a debate. And I saw that at the beginning the level of the students was, I would not say low, but intermediary.
Okay.
And also the problem also was my accent. My accent is very different.
Yes.
So it took maybe 2 or 3 weeks before really understanding me correctly. And we decided to do other games, to do quizzes, and I saw the level progressing each session. Shy people being more chatty, and we forced them to, how to say that? We forced them to debate. To do that, even if they were shy. And their level progressed naturally, And then after 2 months, we decided to start open discussions. They had enough good level to starting debate about simple motions, simple questions. Sometimes I would say stupid questions because it was just in order to make them talk. For example, should we ban exams from ICK?
Yes.
Of course, this is a stupid question.
Yes.
But they were laughing
Okay.
at first, and then they started to give arguments to
About-
refute to other people.
About what they think.
Exactly. And even shy people were laughing. That's how they put their shyness aside, and they became chatty like the other students. And after these absurd questions, they asked for a theoretical course, a
Yes.
debate, a real
Yes.
debate. So they asked for a course of a lecturer. Like we plan a lesson for 2 hours, and we did that for 2 hours. They had the theory, and it was on Tuesday and Thursday each week. And on the Thursday, we decided to be more practical, to do a real debate with, for example, should foreign aid be stopped because it makes the countries less dependent?
Yes.
It was the first serious question. And after few weeks of debating, they asked if we could do a public debate in the exam hall. And we had also the chance to be interviewed by your services. And the question debate was prison should emphasize on punishment and not rehabilitation. It was a very serious question that led to a debate. And beside English club, I created a French club.
Okay.
French club that they liked. A few students speak French, but they really loved this session. It will continue after I leave.
Your departure.
Yeah.
And I have a question.
Yeah.
So, what is the good memory that comes to your mind when it comes to ICK?
The good memory.
Yeah. You had from ICK.
The kindness of people. Really the kindness, and I can add the serious and the respect of the hierarchy of the teachers and the staff.
Yes.
Yeah, and also between students, there is not really this is not a competition. This is solidarity. This is progressing together, and that's what I will remember.
What about friendship you made here?
Yeah, friendship with the English club, it was very easy. It was really easy. Every 2 weeks we met for hiking, so we decided to go for a hike on Saturday. On Sunday we went to Kanyarira, then we went to Mushubati Hill, which is the highest hill in the district, and we also met sometimes to eat sambusa, to share lunch, share breakfast, just to meet, to discuss. And my room, the English room, was always open, so if people wanted to come to talk, no problem. If they want to talk also on my phone, I give them my WhatsApp number, and we will keep talking while I will be in France.
Okay.
Very easy.
So can you mention some names, like the people
Yeah,
here
I
that
remember the president of the English club, Tito Mugenzi, also Duncan Muhanji.
Okay.
These were the main people I was with. We'll also mention Tifra, Edward from English club, Hervé, Belize, the 2 Belize. Also a lot of people. I should remember all the names,
Okay.
but of course I will not cite them here because it would take too long time.
Okay. So how can you analyze? How can you analyze your work here?
It was productive, and I felt very useful. I felt useful in translating, but also in English club.
Yes.
Yeah, English club and French club. The adjective would be productive, because in French club, even if you have very good teachers, the French they are teaching, it's not exactly the French we are speaking, because we have different French all the world. We have the French from Senegal, from Cameroon, and they asked for for me to teach French. We talk in France, and they really liked it. I gave some lessons. That's where I felt really useful, teaching French and also teaching the debates and seeing how shy people became chatty.
Yes. So, what one of the big achievements you did here, it is the debate.
Yeah.
So, tell us about the debate you did here.
About the big debate in the exam hall.
Yes.
So, it was very simple. We started the debates, the normal debates, not only the open discussions, but in English Club at the beginning of August. 2 tables, so one with 4 people and one with 4 people also. They didn't know the motion, they didn't know the topic until in the morning of the Thursday morning or Tuesday morning on WhatsApp. And then they can search, they can look for arguments. Are they for or against?
Okay.
But when they come in the English Club, they still don't know if they will be put in the opposition side or proposition side. They will never know that. And they know it, and they also don't know if they come to debate. Sometimes in the audience, members will stay forever. Sometimes they will come first. They never know. So we asked, for example, Belize go on the opposition side, Duncan go on the proposition side.
It was not for themselves.
Yeah, never.
Okay.
Never. They didn't know. And sometimes they had to discuss to argument for or against the motion, even if they had a different opinion. For example, I would say nothing. We can eat the frogs.
Okay.
So this is a stupid motion.
Yes.
We can eat the frogs. Of course, a lot of people will say no.
Okay.
But we will have a proposition and opposition side, and some people will have to defend that motion.
Yes.
And that's how they progressed the most.
Just to make them talk.
Exactly. And it led to the big debate in the exam hall. We were at the maximum maybe 80 or 90 people, can correct me. And 4 people again on the first table and 4 people on the right table, proposition, opposition. And once they are selected, they have 10 or 15 minutes, it was 20 in fact, 20 minutes to discuss together about how they can give arguments, how they can refutate, what strategy they will give to win this debate. Because as a jury, we were on the table in front of them, so we were one table, opposition, proposition, and we were just here with 4 people with the committee, and we had to give them a grade. We evaluated their body language, their argumentation, their refutation, their confidence, and also their calmness.
Okay.
And each category out of 5, and at the end, each person is noted out of 25. And so the whole team is graded out of 100. And at the end, we decided that the proposition side had the proposition, or one team had 85 out of 100, which is a very good score, and that's how it was done.
Most of the people from Europe fear to come to Africa. For this is the dark continent. They most of them they fear, and most of the students fear even to come here. But you did it. You come here and you produce. What could be your message to those people that's still thinking they cannot come to volunteer, to do internships here, and so on?
The best way to know about a country is going there immediately. It's not watching the media. In Europe, we have a problem in an objective way.
Yes.
We don't talk about little countries. We only talk about big countries, USA, Russia. If there is something that impacts us, we will talk a lot about this country. We will focus on this region. But we should talk about other countries in the world. Firstly, I would say why Europeans and French people, because I know that French people would fear the most, but it's not really a fear. It's just they don't care.
Mm-hmm.
They are happy to be in France. If they want to go outside, they will never talk about Africa. They will never think about it. They will say, why going to Africa? To do what? If I want to progress, I will go to Canada or to America. And that's totally fake. It depends also on the character of the person. Me, I'm a traveler. I love discovering culture, but there are a few people who are like me. And we don't talk about, even if we ask them, do you want to go to Rwanda?
Mm-hmm.
They will say no, because there is war here.
Mm-hmm.
There is war here. This is the only topic.
Yes.
No, it's dangerous. You know what's going on in Congo, and I always reply, you are not in Congo. You are in Rwanda. You don't even know where is Rwanda, and you say there is war.
Yes.
And they are stuck on it. And I say, okay, so if you talk about the war in Rwanda, it means that you don't have smartphones. Why do you apply this difference between countries in Africa, or even in Asia in general, and Occidental countries? You should not. So what I say to foreigners who want to come to Rwanda, if I have to give them a reason, the people. Also discovering culture.
Yes.
When you leave the country where you have been for more than 1 month, you leave more mature, with more ideas, you are more open-minded. And when you come back to France, for example, you can say, why people are not kind like in Rwanda? Why are they not progressing in some subjects? And they are just stagnate. Why? So I encourage people from France and from Occidental countries in general and everywhere to leave their country, to go in the university in the world, to forge their mind. And for me personally, that's how I would. That's the reason I would give for people to.
Okay. Why does that help you, according to you?
Just to go in Rwanda.
Yes, to get that information, just like you were on the field.
Mm.
What does that taught you?
That we are not the same everywhere in the world, and that we can't discover a country by watching the media.
Okay.
That's the main reason. I'm sure that in every country we have something positive, but from where I live, they like focusing on big countries, as I said, and countries where something happens. And when we talk about Africa, 95% of the time it's because a negative thing happened. So what Rwanda taught me is to be very open in all the subjects, and in a certain way that nothing is really true. You need to go on the field to know what is really about.
Yes. Apart from being kind, apart from being welcoming here in Rwanda, what the other things did you like to Rwanda?
The landscapes.
Okay.
Of course, the landscapes, the nature, and the cleanliness of your country. The cleanliness is astonishing. Any district you go, this is clean. That in France, we could never imagine that. We could never. For us, that's it. For us, Africa is not a lot of water, not a lot of food, and waste everywhere. Not waste, but it's dirty. And that's, I repeat again, that you have to go on the field to see what is true, what is right. The nature, the landscapes, because where I live in France, it's totally flat. We don't have the hills. And in the yeah, the proximity. Even if when you take the bus, you don't know the people you are with, but you can talk with them, and that's what I like in Rwanda. In France, if you do that, that's considered too sensitive. That's not a way to approach people. And what I liked also about Rwanda is how to say that you are always positive, always smiling. When there is a problem, there is no problem. We will search how to solve this.
Mhm.
That is a whole mentality that I liked about Rwanda. Yeah.
So do you have any Kinyarwanda words? Did you just catch up here?
Yeah, urgwagwa, for example. Yeah, some words, of course, what I would say, wiriwe, the basics, and some isolated words like ubganwa, like ishgui, ihwa, some words that I will never use, but I just asked what does it mean, and then they tell me umunyeshuri. There are there are a lot of words isolated, but yeah.
So can you compose like a sentence
A
in
sentence,
Kinyarwanda, a short one?
a short one. Ndi murugo. If I can give another one. It's difficult to think about a sentence I can give in.
Let's say ndarwaye, I'm sick. Ndarwaye,
Ndarwaye, okay.
I'm sick. Ndashonje.
Yes, I'm hungry.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and yeah, of course, the food I know. The food, this is the first thing I learned with the numbers, how to negotiate with the moto taxi, also with the velo taxi. Yeah, I know some words, but I wanted to learn more.
So the experience you get from here, do you think will put you in the good way of having good marks in your internship?
Yeah. Yes. In the good way of getting good marks for my internship, of course, because if it will depend on my report, on my internship report, and how I will be defending this report on 29th of September in France.
Okay.
It will all depend. But of course, when the jury will see that I've decided myself to go in a foreign country, to go in a university, and even if I'm in a master's degree of translation, I decided to do mostly teaching. They will see that I enjoy this moment and that this internship has been useful for me and will be useful also for the next year because I go in another master's degree thanks to this internship.
Yes, thank you too. So you just made friends here, you just meet new people here. I think there is a message you have from your heart that you'd like to share to the people from here. You can even mention their names, like let's say anyone you want. You can just give them a message.
I give them a message. First, I will say thank you to all the students I've met. All the students that are on my WhatsApp. In a certain way, they helped me to feel integrated. And I will then thank the English club members I work with the most. And particularly, as I said, Duncan, Tito, thank you for your support. Thank you for accompanying me all the weeks and talking with me on WhatsApp and making me discover also the region because I hiked with them and spending good moments. I spend good moments every day with each of you, and even the teachers. I will thank the teachers also, the people at the secretary, the staff, so the vice chancellor, and all the people that are in the new building I've met, very kind. And the problem, if foreign students don't come in Rwanda, be sure that it's not because of you, it's because of us, and because what we have been what has been said about your country and every country in general in France. So keep being kind like this, keep being natural, and yeah, thank you very much for that.
Yes. So we are reaching the end, but you cannot finish without asking you this question. So how did you see ICK in your point of view? So how ICK just
A mix of modernity and traditional. Modernity because of the buildings and all the stuff you have. You have a laboratory, you have to say that.
a newspaper?
Yeah, newspaper, but also professional rooms that can hold conferences. So very modern. And what is traditional is the ambience, the atmosphere between the students. Very, there is a friendship. It's not competition. A student can talk with each other, even if they are not friends. They can share things that we can't do in France. It would be weird, and yeah, it's being natural for the traditional way, and modernity with all the stuff. And it's impressive how you manage to combine the two, and I'm sure it will still be the same in the few years.
So what is your message to ICK committee, the leaders, the vice chancellor, the vice chancellors that gave you the chance?
First to the vice chancellor, of course, thank you very much. It's because of you that I'm here. I'm in Muhanga. I discovered this beautiful city, its beautiful population, beautiful landscapes. So thank you very much. I hope we will stay in contact. To the committee of ICK English Club, also thank you for integrating me from the first day. And we say in French, giving carte blanche, white card, giving me all the opportunity. What I wanted to do, I was able to express what I wanted, even if I was not the president, but a simple permanent host. And yeah, that is my message. Continue working on good things. Continue to make this university grow, and I'm sure it will grow a lot in a few years and become a renowned university in all Africa. As a last message, keep welcoming foreign students like you welcomed me. And keep your country clean and green like that, and stay natural. Focus on your studies, and be close to your family. I have more to learn about you than you to learn about me.
Yes. So we about to sign out, and I would like to thank Mr. Yann for his time that he accepted to talk to us today, and wish him well in the future. Wish him success in his presentation and masters and the other masters, and we'll keep in touch.
Yeah.
This is ICK News. I'm Joshua Kuyangana. Ciao.